Hi all, and welcome back. Hopefully you found the ideas around SEO and inorganic marketing helpful. Hopefully that makes a little bit more sense as to how we might be able to use marketing for our advantage. So how can we rank higher on Google organically, i.e. not paying for it, making sure we're getting that sort of website optimization, making sure we're putting out the right content there. Very similar in social media, which we'll touch on next. And then also, if we want to rank higher, how can we use higher quickly? How can we use inorganic marketing, i.e., how can we actually use things like paid advertising on Google to make sure that we're ranking higher on that? Now, one of the things that I was touching on throughout both SEO, but mainly when we were looking at the inorganic marketing, was the idea of analytics. So, quite a lot of people are very skeptical when it comes to analytics in marketing, mainly because they're sometimes a little bit worried around the quantitative side. I think it's all around maths. It's very, very numbers heavy, and you might not be that numbers driven. But hopefully throughout this video, I can hopefully convince you otherwise, and also convince you of the importance of analytics when it comes to starting and running and developing and enhancing your business. So we'll dive again as usual straight into the content. So analytics for marketing. So we've looked now at traditional versus digital marketing. We looked at SEO. We've had a look at inorganic marketing and have a brief understanding of what that is. There's a lot more content in the actual slides and the videos that it links to. So please, as I mentioned before, make sure that you're using those as well. That will hopefully set you up and give you the knowledge that you need to succeed. So analytics in marketing. What is it? Why is it important? And how does it actually help us? So digital marketing, and specifically in today's world, we have a huge amount of data that we are able to collect on our users, on people coming to our website. And what that allows us to do is to make decisions off the back of it. So it allows us to make data-informed decisions. And this was something that was very, very difficult before, when collecting data was a lot trickier. Whereas now we're able to collect so much data and understanding on people. Have a look at every time you go onto a website, it asks you about cookies. Do you accept, and you reject all, right? Every time that you're accepting these, this allows that company, that website, to track how you're using it. And what they're doing is really trying to use that so that they can help, so that essentially they can then optimize what they do with your data. So they can make sure that that company or that particular website is then offering the best offers that it can, pushing the content towards you that they think is going to resonate most with you, and therefore trying to lead through to more sales. So importantly, what I'd like you to do is have a look through this sort of Google Analytics video. Now, Google Analytics is an amazing tool that you can embed. You can embed a little bit of code. So if I can do it, trust me, you can do it. It's just, remember, it's always one YouTube video away. So what we want to do is we want to embed the Google Analytics function onto our website. If you're using something like WordPress or Wix, Squarespace, any website builder, there will always be a video out there showing you how to do it, and it should be pretty straightforward as to how to do it. But it's really, really important and helpful if you can use Google Analytics. Now, what does Google Analytics actually allow us to do? Well, it allows me to see who is actually coming to visit my website. Where are they coming from? What country are they coming from? What are their interests? What's their demographic? What's their do we have more females or males coming? What age are they? How long are they spending on the website? Which pages on the website are they spending most time on? Or which pages on the website are they going to and then immediately clicking off? What are they using actually to come to the website? Are they using their mobile? Are they using their computer, their laptop? And why is that important? Well, if I've got 90% of my people coming to the website via mobile, then I want to make sure that my website is really, really fitted for mobile. If most people are coming to use the website essentially from on their computer, then we want to make sure there's optimized for laptop usage or computer or desktop usage. So these sorts of things can really help us to understand how people are using our website. Now, to those who don't really like all the maths and the quantitative and all the numbers in there, there are lots of tools out there that allow us to essentially make better informed decisions on how our website is doing. So one of the tools that I quite like to use is SmartLook. Now, what SmartLook does, it's a very simple plugin that you can have on your website, and what it will do is it will show you essentially the screen that person is looking at. Now, before anyone gets a little bit weirded out by this, they can't see any of your tabs. You can literally just see the screen that they're on, so, i.e. it will be your website. And what's important about that is that you can actually track how that person moves the mouse. Where are they going? Are they clicking on certain things? And you can start to infer insights from that data that's been collected. You start to run your own analytics in a sense on that. And so actually, as a business owner, and you've just set up your website, you want to see how people are using it. You think it's very simple. You might have put it together. You might have put somebody else put it together. And because you know your website inside out, you've been on it for hours and hours and hours. Well, you're probably not in the best position to say how good your website is. So have a look what people are doing when they're on your website. For example, are they clicking on certain images that they think is going to take somewhere, but actually it doesn't? It's just a static image. Are they moving off the screen at a certain point? Are they focusing and spending a lot more time on a certain area of your website? And SmartLook has all of the functionality in there, and there are lots of other tools out there as well. I think one's called Hotjar that you might want to look at. I personally quite like SmartLook. There is a free version. There's also a paid version, which has a lot more functionality. But essentially, using SmartLook allows you to see how people are using your website, how they're moving through your web pages, how long they're spending there, how long they're spending on certain pages, and you can see how they're actually moving, and making sure that you now, and going back to the analogy that I had before around your high street store, if someone's now coming into your store, they're into your website, you want them to be there for a relatively long time, right? You want them to be there going through and finding more information, reading around things, and start to build that trust. Now, let me caveat this with some software tools, right? You want people or essentially there to make sure that people are on it as little as possible. Let's say, for example, you use a tool which I mentioned in the previous video around sales and business development, which is a Google Chrome extension called Rebump, which allows you to send automatic follow-ups, right? Well, I don't really want to be on the Rebump website for that long. I want to set it up and then I want it to play in the background. But here we're assuming that you want people on your website, you want them to take action on your website, and it gives them the right information that they want at the right time, and that they spend an adequate amount of time on there. So you're starting to build that trust with them. So SmartLook is a really, really helpful tool for that. And again, as I've already touched on, the other way that we can look at it is Google Analytics. So using these in tandem, I thought were really, really helpful. There are loads of analytics tools out there. Do you need to use 15 different analytics tools during, when you first started your business? I would argue not, right? Use SmartLook, use Google Analytics. You can build a report. So have a look here. This shows you how to set up the account step by step and get it running on your website. Try to think of a few key metrics that you want to use to help you understand your business. I.e., do you want to see see essentially whether people are spending longer on your website? Do you want to see where they're coming from? Do you want to see what age they are? Whatever you want to see about them, there's lots and lots of information that Google is collecting and then can offer to you in a report. And if you run that report every week, you can start to see the difference that you're making from your marketing activities, for example, or even from the content that you're putting on, and also how you're actually building your business as well. So those two are really useful tools, which I would definitely recommend and have used myself. So key takeaways here is that we live in a world full of data. So doing data analytics is something that's going to hopefully and should become second nature to people as we start to develop, and certainly for entrepreneurs and business owners and those building their startups, those building a startup now. It's really, really important that you're trying to use data and analytics in not all that you do, but in a significant amount of what you do. And so now we're able to make a lot more data informed decisions. It's really, really important that we can get comfortable with analytics and with using data. So it may not be the most interesting topic, and it may seem a little bit dry sometimes, but actually it's hugely, hugely important and can really, really differentiate your business as you're going forward. So final few things to have a look at. There's a brilliant book called Hacking Growth. So the idea of growth hacking is trying to link analytics through to digital marketing. Really, really interesting, really interesting concepts in there, written by a guy called Sean Ellis. really exciting. There's also a guy called Ryan Holiday who you might want to have a look at. He put some really interesting ideas out there, again, around the world of growth hacking. Similarly, from essentially taking its ideas from the lean startup and taking its inspiration from there, there's lean analytics that you might want to have a look at. It's another quite dense book, but the chapters are brilliant, so that in that you can really navigate it very, very easily, and you can make sure that you're reading around the importance of analytics within your own business model, be that a software as a service, be that as a product only business, or any other type of service business. So it's really a really helpful methodology and some helpful tips in there. And again, Neil Patel, brilliant guy to watch on YouTube. Lots of great content there. So hopefully that's helpful. Hopefully that's given you a good introduction to analytics, how you can use it for marketing, how you can use it to develop your own business, and how you can make sure that you can optimize your website by not only collecting numeric data on your users, but also you can actually see how they're using your website either in real time or through the recorded videos, and then you can make some data informed decisions, and that's what's really going to help to start differentiate you as we move forward. So hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully I've made perhaps what some might say is a fairly dry topic a little bit more interesting, and hopefully you're ready and interested to start implementing these sorts of things into your business.